So we're here today to have a roundtable discussion about Flash and it being bigger than Adobe, to discuss that topic anyway. And let's start by maybe introducing each person around the table and what do you do and related to Flash. Can you start?
Okay, yeah, hi, I'm James Whitaker. I run a site called refreshingapps.com. I've been using Adobe technologies for a long time, probably over 10 years now. I've done Director and Flash and Flex. Mainly a UI and front-end architect, that's kind of my day job. So yeah, I'm kind of usability focused, design focused, and that's where I come from, and love working with Flash now and the Flash platform.
Okay, we've got Mike.
Hi, I'm Mike Jones. I'm a rich internet application consultant, so I specialise in Flex and Air development. I've been using sort of Flash technologies since late 1996, so I think it's testament to the fact that it's a very strong product and platform, because I haven't got bored with it yet. Just doing some cool stuff for cool people. I enjoy what I do.
Good stuff. My name is Andrew Shorten. I'm a platform evangelist for Adobe. I shall leave it at that. Stefan?
Yeah, I'm Stefan Richter. I'm a Flash developer. Basically, I've been working with Flash since version 3 or 4, I believe. I've recently set up my own company called Muchos Media, and I specialize on real-time enabled Flash applications, and we build them in Flex, Flash, using Flash Media Server, and then hopefully the new Flash collaboration service as well.
All the elements of the Flash platform coming together there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool. Okay.
I'm Dave Williamson. I've also been using Flash for a long time now, since version 1, I think, something like that. Generally the Flash developer and doing action scripts. Recently specialised in sort of the mobile side of Flash and working on devices and such like. Yeah, that's pretty much me.
I'm Bella Rotaby. I'm a principal analyst at MWD, and I cover sort of software development, rich internet applications from that side. And I guess I'm here to sort of represent the analyst community to sort of see what it's like from the business perspective. Because looking around the table, you guys are all on sort of design, the UI, and things like that, which is all, it's all important from the business side. But I come from it as a developer, the back end, the corporate developer, and really sort of come to bring my take on things.
Great, thank you, Paul. Oh, sorry.
I'm Oliver from .NET.
Cool. So, it's good lead actually into our first topic to talk about, talk about the business side, the community, openness to Flash, and then maybe the roadmap and future of Flash as well. But let's start on the business side. So we all like Flash from the point of view of being able to create content and applications and deliver services to people. But surely a big part of Flash is actually making money and being a business for each of you guys. So it'd be good maybe just to explore a little bit as to how you make money from Flash. Are you seeing demand for the skills you've had maybe in the creative market be increasing in the business market and taking that user experience, that richness of the UI into enterprises and business, which obviously helps to further people's careers and development?
Yeah, in my experience, there's certainly a shift now where, I don't work on the timeline or on Flash much at all these days. It's much more of a, clients come to me and hire me for consultancy, whether it's configuring servers, whether it's, evaluating the Flash platform against other technologies. So there's many different levels, and with Flex certainly, it's sort of become more acceptable, I guess. It's way beyond the banners and skip intros and stuff like that.
Right.
I think it's a very good point that the kind of legacy of Flash, how it was, a few years ago, how it was perceived by the business was very much, like you say, it's something for creating quick, fancy graphics that had animation in them, and they were, things that you added onto the site to draw people in, and that was kind of about the level of it. And I think, Flex, as you said, has really opened up, the game to that, and the business have started to understand that it's a proper platform now. That we can do proper RAs, we can now deliver these to the desktop as well, which we never could before. And I think it is opening up, and people have kind of evolved with the web, and business as well has evolved, and we're getting into more of an application space now rather than just kind of brochureware sites. And I think where the Flash platform is going is absolutely fantastic for that. So I think business is starting to take note, and it's definitely heading in the right direction. From where I stand anyway.
Is it changing the sort of customers that you potentially are working with? The acceptance of Flash within the business environment and the sort of consumerization of IT to want to have sort of consumer-like experiences delivered to employees and to people using business systems, does that open up, you know, new opportunities for you guys to make more money on Flash?
Yeah, I mean, so from my experience, I don't really do websites in Flash. You know, I probably sit at a very, very thin end of an ever-expanding wedge because I specialise, you know, in a particular field within inside of the Flex framework. So I build components, and that's what people generally pay me to build.
Right.
And they are generally quite specific for functionality, and then they're dropped into systems. But I think the people that are coming and asking me to do these types of things, it's not your typical digital agencies. It's more your actual end user IT people who actually have the functionality and they want to integrate it.
Hearing what you guys are saying, so you sort of feel that there's a nice convergence between your two worlds.
I think it's possibly not just a convergence, but actually an evolution. I mean, all of us that are sat here have actually probably come from Flash when it was an animation tool.
Yeah.
But I think there's a growing number of people of our kind of background that have slowly moved more into software and even sort of product development using Flash to produce products that ultimately would be sold or installed or be part of a larger solution, rather than being just the eye candy on a website.
So my very last question is, I'm aware of some previous careers that people have had before becoming Flash developers or Flash designers. One person who's not here, I believe, was a fishmonger prior to being a Flash developer. One person who is here has been a butcher before being a Flash developer. So my question was going to be, how has Flash changed your life?
You know, I left school when I was just 16 because my birthday's in the middle of the year, so I fall at the end of that particular year. And I didn't really have any interest or drive to be anything. You know, I'd messed around with computers when I was a kid. And I basically started working in a supermarket in a butchery, so I became a butcher. So for nearly 6 years I was cutting up poor defenceless little animals. But yeah, you know, I've had a couple of roles. That's probably the most monumental one, but I've always been heavily influenced by computers. You know, my cousin is a systems analyst. You know, my mother was a punch card operator. You know, my brother is an engineer. So everybody in my family is sort of computer literate in one way or another, either from sort of prehistory up to contemporary times. So it was a natural vocation for me. I had an epiphany when I first saw Flash, or Future Wave Splash as it actually was. And that was shown to Dave and myself in '96 by our Visual Studios manager when we were at university. And it literally was this crappy looking little navigation thing. You clicked on it, it expanded, and had a few links in it. And I'd never seen that online. MSN. It was Microsoft, strangely enough. Yeah, first one. And that was it. You know, over the course of literally 2 weeks, we downloaded the thing on floppy disks and took it back to my flat, loaded it up on our little P90 Windows machines, and started making stuff. And I personally never looked back. You know, I get paid for my hobby. That's what I always say.
Maybe top the butcher story. Anything else?
No,
Like you can
sorry.
keep it
Not
fast?
really.
No.
Well, my experience was similar to Mike's. Really, I did. You know, I did an apprenticeship as a sign writer. Then I did one national service, where I was still living in Germany. So I did the social service side of things, and didn't really know what to do next afterwards. And it was just around that time when the internet sort of came around, sort of '97, something like that. And you know, first I looked at the source code of the first web page, and I could tell, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to build this stuff. And so I started out learning HTML, and then it didn't take long till somebody showed me Flash, an animation, and I've never seen movement like that on a web page before, and it was only like 5K. So that was a bit of a light bulb in my head coming on, and yeah, the rest is kind of history, as they say.
As
You
I
know?
say, yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. Well, I think we're due at Flash campaign time now to either speak or participate or to watch. So thank you very much, everyone.